Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. And it is mission year 2155, and Gaia's stepdaughters are currently second in faction dominance. The university has a commanding lead, but a good portion of that is in tech, which obviously makes sense. So we need to find some way to bridge the gap here and get ourselves a little bit more established in terms of our power. And that's going to include expanding the borders even more than we already have. Some of our units have not yet moved this turn. Alright, where are we going to go? Let's set you to explore some.
Production complete.
And we've got another colony pod. We're going to move over here next to this sun, which is going to give us abundant energy resources, which is the game's version of money, by the way. Probably should have said that. And, man, we got our formers working on Gaia's landing. We've got formers working on the memory of Earth. Velvet Grass Point is still making colony pods.
Production complete.
And we just recovered a resupply pod from the Unity. It contains manufacturing supplies worth 100 energy credits. I like it. So we'll have this former work on Silverbird Park over here. And same thing over here for Memory of Earth. Now, I strongly suggest this is not a pod after all, but an alien artifact. We should take it to a base containing a network node for further study. Uh-oh. Whew. Barely survived that fight. Now, we can't capture mindworms unless we are the one attacking, so that is a bit of a problem. And it says that we need to go ahead and build a base here. 1, 2... Yeah, only that thing of xenofungus is going to overlap from Velvet Grass Point. Razorbeak Wood. Founded in 2160. And it's working on a synth metal garrison. Move this alien artifact back to one of your bases as quickly as you can. Later, when you build the network node, your researchers can link it to the artifact and try and learn its secrets. By the way, guys, I strongly suggest if you're going to watch this series to go ahead and do it full screen and at max resolution, because this is a bit small to watch in terms of like standard YouTube video mode. The brood trainers of our mindworms are gaining experience and have nurtured their unit to larval mass status.
Turn complete.
Aw, the kids are growing up.
Some vices miss what is right because they are deficient. Others because they are excessive in feelings or in actions, while virtue finds and chooses the mean. Aristotle, Nicomachean Ethics, Data Links.
So now we can actually learn the democratic system of government, which we can now use the social engineering screen, like so. Now, in terms of the democratic government, right now we have +2 efficiency, -1 police, and +1 planet. If we go over here, we'll have -2 support. We support 1 unit free per base and no free minerals for new per base. So every unit that we build over the first one is going to cost the city something. But we have +4 efficiency, which is a paradigm economy, and our growth goes up to 2 as well, which gives us a 20% growth rate to our cities. So I think we will go ahead and do that. Unfortunately, it looks like we may have to lower our economy. A standard for in Civ games is 40% labs, 40% economy, 20% psych to get everyone happy here. And due to a drastic change in our society, will cost us 16 energy credits to effect. We have 331 credits available. Okay, it's going to take us a lot of time before we get our next discovery, though.
Turn complete. Production complete.
And we just triggered a xenofungal bloom.
Production complete.
But we also did capture some new mindworms. So that's awesome. And that is a very large larvae. Can we try and capture? Nope. But we did get a little bit of a bonus there. And they're suggesting that we head down here, which I am more than willing to do. And we've discovered a monolith. I'm not going to have this guy explore the monolith, so we'll leave it alone for right now. We'll have this one, because if you investigate a monolith with a damaged unit, the arcane technology of the monolith enhanced our unit to boil status and heals them up full.
Complete.
So, good stuff there.
Energy resources.
And this pod was infested with native life forms. Let's see if we can capture any of these guys. Nope. And now they're running. So, let's see if we can capture any of them. If not, just wipe them out before they head down to our settlements. That'll be the important thing. An alien artifact has arrived at Gaia's Landing. Shall we unleash its powers? Now, we don't have a network node, but what we could do is use it to advance our secret project, the Human Genome Project. So let's do that. And that'll just make it a little bit faster. And let's see, we got 1, 2. Actually, let's build... I'm looking at our status here. Probably right there on the edges will be the best place to build. And everything's looking good for our mindworms. We'll keep that going. And if we build any further, we'll lose access to those nutrients. So I think this will be a good place for a base. The Veil of Winds. Yeah, that'll grow fast.
Turn complete.
Now it looks like we actually may have ran out of landmass here, guys, except south of Silverbird Park. So we were indeed on an island, it seems.
Turn complete.
Your formers have planted a forest here. Forests provide a balanced supply of nutrients, minerals, and energy. They improve the local environment and grow and expand into neighboring squares.
Turn complete.
I like that, so we're actually bringing human forests on the planet.
Turn complete.
And that's that, unless we send our mindworms that direction, but I think that's going to be more...
Production complete.
Let's send them that direction. Razorbeak Wood has produced a new colony pod. Where does it want us to go? It wants us to go right there in the center, but that makes absolutely no sense. So let's go ahead and send our colony pod this direction. We'll just fill this island with Gaian bases. If they're going to keep on building colony pods, we're definitely going to oblige. Actually, let's go ahead and cancel orders for this colony pod and send it this direction to take advantage of that monolith there.
Turn complete.
Yep, this area is now blocked off. Did we... So we are all by our lonesome here, guys. Which could definitely work out to our advantage, but we need to be able to start building naval units as soon as possible, I'm thinking. Forest expands near Gaia's Landing.
Production complete.
And now we have a laser squad. It's a 2 attack, 2 defense unit. And let's go ahead and send them to protect Gaia's Landing. It is the capital, after all.
Production complete.
And forests do expand a lot. Synth metal. Uh-oh.
To map the very stuff of life. To look into the genetic mirror and watch a million generations march past. That, friends, is both our curse and our proudest achievement. For it is in reaching to our beginnings that we begin to learn who we truly are. Academician Prokhor Zakharov, address to the faculty.
So that was the Human Genome Project, which is like, gives us 1 extra talent at every base. And the talents are prosperous, highly educated citizens, your intellectual elite. Talents are created as the result of favorable social conditions and the diversion of energy to psych. As long as a base has at least as many talents as drones, no drone riot will occur. So, that's good. Lady Deidre's engineers complete planet's first secret project, the Human Genome Project. So, yay! We have a number 1, finally. First place.
Complete. Enemy project initiated.
So now they have to build the merchant exchange instead. Merchant type stuff, not exactly the Gaia's stepdaughter way. And look at all this untapped potential, guys. We have built all of the bases. Your formers have built a sensor here. The sensor will detect any enemy unit which moves within 2 spaces. Sensors also provide a 25% defensive benefit to any of your units within 2 spaces. So sensors are the primary defensive thing here in this game, very similar to forts in Civilization. And we will hold with our laser unit. Now, where to go is going to be the primary... Ooh, right here looks good. The Forest Primeval. I do like the Gaian names for towns. It seems very Renaissance Fair, or D&D. So as you can see, the monolith gives us 2 food, 2 minerals, and 2 solar. And the forests from Gaia's Landing are starting to encroach over here, so that is very good.
Turn complete.
And do we still have some land over here? Possibly?
Indigenous life form.
Mindworm boils spotted near Razorbeak Wood.
There are only 2 ways in which we can account for a necessary agreement of experience with the concepts of its objects. Either experience makes these concepts possible, or these concepts make experience possible. Immanuel Kant, Critique of Pure Reason, Data Links.
So now we have Secrets of the Human Brain, which gives us the hypnotic trance ability, as well as the fundamentalist social psych, which we will not use. But it does give us access to Centauri empathy, which is something that we definitely want. We're a little bit behind by about 40 years. And we'll continue with our current social model. Democracy seems to be working out very well for us. And, man, we have got a lot of mindworms right here. So this right here is a Isle of the Deep. It's kind of like the barbarian ship that brings barbarians over in the Civ games. It's basically just a sea-based boil. Fortunately, we've got our guys right here. Planet pearls retrieved from husks. Energy reserves increased by 40 credits.
Indigenous life form.
And mindworms are just going to show up randomly from the xenofungus, which we're okay with, as it gives us a chance to capture it, like so. So our army can just keep on increasing.
Production complete.
And these guys, this governor really wants us to build the laser squad stuff, don't they? Sure. We'll put a laser squad in every city. Seems reasonable. And unfortunately, I really wish we could have captured that Isle of the Deep, but we can't do any naval combat yet, unfortunately. Let's get back to exploring what little island that we have left. Hercules, Alpha Centauri B, is approaching that word. For the next 20 years, we expect native life activity to increase dramatically. So that's letting us know for the next 20 years worth of game time, we are going to have a ton of mindworms pop up.
Proper care and education for our children remains a cornerstone of our entire colonization effort. Children not only shape our future, they determine in many ways our present. Men and women work harder knowing their children are safe and close at hand. And never forget that, with children present, parents will defend their home to the death. Colonel Corazon Santiago, Planet, a survivalist's guide.
So the children's area gives some good morale boost to the drones. So how close are we to making our synth metal garrison? 3 turns? We'll have this mindworm just chill. Ah! And there we go. That's not good. Do we have any mindworms close by? Yes, we do. Need you to head this way. And the university builds the merchant exchange.
Production complete.
Good on them. And now we've got another colony pod. They want us to build a colony this direction, which is kind of odd. But we're wanting to focus over here first, so
Production complete.
make the trip. See if we can capture these mindworms. Curses. But we still got some money out of it, so huzzah. And I believe that this mindworm boil here is going to escort the colony pod up to where we needed to go. Oh, and that right there. Excuse me. So we will have plenty of planetary husks. Once we learn Centauri empathy, we'll be in really good shape to grab as many mindworms as possible. And, yep, however, we do have one more Unity pod.
Production complete.
Pod was infested with native life forms. Of course it was. Why wouldn't it be? And we had to rebuild our former that got destroyed. And we are all on our lonesome. But that's okay, though, because, well, while we're not going to be able to chat with any of our rivals, it does give us plenty of breathing room to expand our holdings. And it's also going to be a lot easier to defend as well. So we got to kind of take the good with the bad there. Move them together. We are not doing good on the mindworm capturing today.
Production complete.
We just finished building something else. And see, the formers are building roads connecting all of our cities together.
Production complete.
And we're building... Oh, there's another laser squad. Let's send it up to Memory of Earth. And that's the thing, we don't have to worry about physical enemy attack on this island. We're just dealing with psi combat at this rate. So we'll actually have this mindworm boil stop at the monolith and heal up on the way. To boil status. Excellent. Now, also a thing to notice, only military units can investigate monoliths, so formers and colony pods cannot. And I guess we'll make some room here. Actually, where are we going to build over here is the question. Probably 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Probably over here would be good first, but we also have this area that is filled with nutrient resources.
Production complete.
Decisions. Let's go ahead and head over here first.
Production complete.
It's gonna work for me because we already have a new colony pod right here that's saying build that direction. Forest expands near Gaia's Landing. Excellent. And where were we going to do this? Maybe... Actually, I want the mineral resources over here. So we'll sit here and defend. And I don't know if I had said this before, but the mindworms treat the xenofungus as roads. And they get more movement.
He held his arm too stiffly, and so was thrown back repeatedly, until at last I seized his forearm and snapped it back against itself. His training suffered while the arm healed, of course, but I felt this was a lesson he must learn early. And well. Spartan Kell, honing the key.
This is good. Now we have the ability to build a pressure dome, a foil, a troop transport, and a transport foil. So we can start building naval units to expand past the island. So already, as soon as we finish some stuff here, we'll be in good shape. Now we have the weather paradigm. That is a very good wonder project for the Gaians to have. Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Initiated.
And now you've started it. You've started the weather paradigm as well. Hopefully we will beat you to it. And now this former has stopped moving, which means that Gaia's Landing is now completely terraformed, which is good. So let's send that former down here to Velvet Grass Point. And they're saying that this is a good place to build a base. Actually, yeah, that's a very good place to build. Yoink! Gaia's High Garden. So we have access to a monolith and 2 sources of energy. We'll send these mindworms. Hercules has receded, and native life activity should return to normal levels. So where do we build? We've got... That actually looks pretty good from this vantage point. That's the thing, where you're going to build is very important. 9 times out of 10. We wouldn't have access here. And we're gonna have these guys chill until the Sith Metal Garrison is completed.
Enemy project initiated.
Now the Morganites are doing the weather paradigm.
But I've been told. I don't know, but I've been told. Deidre's got a network node. Deidre's got a network node. Likes to press the on-off switch. Likes to press the on-off switch. Dig that crazy guy on which. Dig that crazy guy on which. Spartan, barracks, march. Yes, sir.
But Deidre does have a network node right here in Silverbird Park. I like it. Let's zoom to base control. And you're still building formers.
Superior training and superior weaponry have, when taken together, a geometric effect on overall military strength. Well-trained, well-equipped troops can stand up to many more times their lesser brethren than linear arithmetic would seem to indicate. Spartan Battle Manual.
Now we have the command center, which is the equivalent to the barracks, meaning we can start building veteran troops, if we felt so inclined. Now... Veil of Winds, how much would it cost to get a colony pod, sea colony pod, 35 turns? How about a transport foil?
Request confirmation.
And Veil of Winds can complete the foil rapidly at an energy cost of 210. Sure, why not? Sounds good. How are we doing on the weather paradigm? 2 turns. Excellent. And we need to quit lollygagging around over here. Let's just create a port.
Enemy project initiated.
Now the believers are doing the weather paradigm.
Production complete.
We'll be done before they are. Now right here, the former has moved to Velvet Grass Point. We're going to go to action. And we can set home base. So now we've changed this base from Gaia's Landing to Velvet Grass Point. So when we tell the former to auto-improve a base, it starts auto-improving Velvet Grass Point. And is anyone building... No one is building... Oh, we're on the southern. I didn't even look at the world map. We're on the southern end of the world of planets, so... We need to send this foil over to Gaia's Landing because we need to build a pod. For sure. Have these mindworms protect.
Enemy project initiated.
And now the hive's building the weather paradigm, but guess what, guys?
Indigenous life form.
Mindworm boils spotted near memory of Earth.
I shall not confront planet as an enemy, but shall accept its mysteries as gifts to be cherished. Nor shall I crudely seek to peel the layers away like the skin from an onion. Instead, I shall gather them together as the tree gathers the breeze. The wind shall blow and I shall bend. The sky shall open and I shall drink my fill. Gaian Acolyte's Prayer.
So now we have the weather paradigm. Increases terraforming speed by 50% for all tasks except for remove fungus. Your formers may build condensers and boreholes. And may raise and lower terrain, even if you have not discovered the appropriate technologies. So that is pretty good. So now our terraforming speed is going to increase exponentially.
Production complete.
Which is awesome! So we will deal with these invaders here real quick. We will build the Garden of Paradise on this side of the island.
Production complete.
And everything looks good, guys. So I will go ahead and end the episode here, and we will see what happens as we start exploring out into the oceans of planet. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.